What's up, ranch hands? Welcome back to the channel. 1923 season 1 episode number 6. Thought we were on 5. This is 6.
Yes.
And holy shit, Spencer and Alexandra, like, what the hell, dude?
Right. Are they sitting at the bottom of the ocean? Are they in an air pocket with the boat that's flipped over? What the actual?
Yeah, so we got to basically experience their journey and see how hard it is to get from Africa to the United States. And as expected, it's very difficult because there's not the transportation that we have now. It's a different time. It's difficult to get to place. And they hitched a ride with this boat captain on this tugboat, and dude ended up dying.
He died. He had nice teeth, though.
I mean, that felt like it was an obvious thing because the moment we met him, we saw that he was spitting up blood and wasn't doing well health-wise. But, like, on this journey, we saw this giant ship that was abandoned. And
the Sabrina.
That was horrifying, and it ended up being the same ship that they crashed into, and they woke up, and Spencer's like, we're not moving, the engines aren't on, what's going on? And he had to figure it out, wasn't able to on the spot. I think there's a bunch of different outcomes. I definitely don't think they're dead because, again, this is episode 5.
So please don't. Please.
They're either in a pocket under the tugboat, somehow, some way surviving, trying to get air, or they found a way, like there's like an emergency ladder or something on this ship that they could climb up just for whatever reasons. But this is wild. Their journey has just been insane, and it's just, I couldn't imagine what's going on in Spencer's head because of the letter and the information that he received and how much time had passed since the letter was written and he got it and read it. The idea that his family's ranch is under attack and his brother's dead, and Cara in the letters, like, by the time you read this, your uncle's probably dead too. It's like, holy shit. The anxiety and just the lack of control of the situation would be tearing me apart.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's feeling the same way. And the idea that he's got Alexandra with him probably helps a little, but also at the same time, it's like you're responsible for this other person. Yeah. And it's just, this journey is insane. It's intense. And this dude just needs to get back home as quickly as possible. And based off of the way the story is shaping up, I feel like it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a story that's getting drawn out, and it's going to be like a slow burn for him to get back home. And I just hope things don't go crazy back at home at the ranch, because obviously Jacob's recovering. He's doing his own physical therapy, going up and down the stairs to make sure that, you know, the cowboys don't see what shape he's in. He enjoyed a little bit of sunlight, but Cara going to the post office and back, she did get information that Spencer's on his way home.
Yes.
But she also ran into this investor rich guy that Banner is getting backed by, and basically threatened her. It's like, oh, I bought some land near you. We're neighbors now, and watch out for progress because the future isn't cattle. And basically, like, this really passive aggressive threat
he's gonna die.
that we're coming to take your land.
He's gotta die.
So we've talked about this a couple times, the future of the Yellowstone. Obviously, we know how it plays out based off of the main show, but it's one of those interesting things to where, is there a pocket of time to where they do lose control? It takes me back to like a Game of Thrones moment that I'm not going to spoil for anyone. I mean, the show's been out a long time, but like, is there a moment where they're like a month or two that they lose the Yellowstone and it gets overtaken by these people for a very short amount of time, and then Spencer gets back or Jacob gets strong? Like, I'm wondering if there's any of that plays out, or do they just eliminate this threat immediately?
That's what I want to know.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, because again, they're very short-handed. They don't have a lot of hands on deck currently. Haha, get it? On deck. That's not great. But Jacob, their leader, is not doing well. He's in recovery. Spencer's obviously not there. And Jack, who, I mean, this dude wants to be a leader. He wants to fight back, but it feels like he's not ready for that yet, based on the way like Jacob talked about it. So I don't know what the imminent future looks like for the Yellowstone, because there are, I mean, as we have been told through every piece of Yellowstone content, there's always a threat coming to make progress in the world, in the valley. So that seems intense. We'll see where it goes. I don't know where my head's at that. I think they continue to control and just hold off these people long enough for Spencer to get there.
I hope
it's just gonna take time, it seems like.
Fingers crossed, y'all.
And then the storyline with Teonna, like, just finding out she's a rainwater. Hell yeah, I love that aspect of the story. And, you know, she killed a couple of the nuns that were abusing her physically, mentally, all that stuff. And
Makes me so mad.
yeah, it's just so brutal seeing how that whole story plays out and what's happening at that school. But she was able to take them out. She was able to get out, and she actually ran into somebody on her journey. And it feels like she's going to be in a good spot now.
I hope so, with Hank.
And I hope Hank takes her to a place that she could gather a bunch of warriors, take them to the school, and just eliminate everyone and free all those girls from that place, because that's what needs to happen. And I feel bad for everyone who's still at the school, because they're punishing. I mean, they killed her cousin. Was it her cousin?
Yes, her cousin.
Like, I feel like everyone at the school is going to get more punishment as a result of her leaving and doing what she did. So I hope that she could find a way to mobilize some kind of attack to come take them out and eliminate them, because that place should not be standing. And yeah, that whole storyline is so brutal, and I want nothing but the best for her and everyone at that school. Yeah. And hopefully they get all their revenge, because they deserve it.
Absolutely.
So, pretty wild stories currently playing out.
Yes, sir.
Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know why I always chuckle when I see sheep.
Because they don't know what's going on.
Helene balak bejay ko kohi ustach shugag taswam ko ed wala sashpu.
Hank Jr. qua shortcut. Baista Sheila, Kogo J. Jidu, Daswa, Isichioi, Dakbajeoda, Ilasashu, Kagon, Dakbajeoku, Dakbaje Hina, Belelasesh Ku, Ilasashik, Kalagon, Haksesh Hina, Belelashesh, Ishobe He Dwa, Netik.
I didn't think of it like that.
Hua shodaka.
Bashita Sashi.
Ko tekjo hua kosh.
Where's your son now?
Bringing in the other flock. He'll be back soon.
Then send him for my father.
Then feed him supper. Then he sleeps. Then send him for your father.
Gotta prepare him for the journey.
Ma chumua kuga. Ma alalo. Uhwa lohiak.
That's right. Burn it. Not only for evidence, but also for principle.
Helene alahi. Isawi lustach. Zamarach tua. Hawata. Bishkovolak. Taptache. Paulat bakbe. Bilastawio. Ihaliluk. Bishkovolishik. Dupada hilia. Paulat bakbe.
Oh, wow.
Sean Isaac Badadio Daskawit Wasu Alahwat Wahozik Dachichek Elohia Kolek Hashawat Bilihutek Hine Paulat Bachbe Elohia Kolek.
Shit.
Maybe we bury them.
Bury them deep by the creek where the ground is soft. Hole won't look fresh then.
Yeah.
Good idea. I didn't think about that. So good.
Isache Rainwater.
That is me?
Your granddaughter's Teonna Rainwater, enrolled at the U.S. School for Native Americans.
Yes.
I have a warrant for her arrest. Please step aside.
You say she is murdered?
I say she did the murders. She killed 2 teachers at the school. Now step
My
aside.
granddaughter! You make no sense! Why are you here? What are you doing?
Oh, God.
Harboring a fugitive is a felony.
What is a fugitive?
This poor woman. Stop fucking with her.
My house! Get out!
Did he just fucking kill her?
Dude.
I fucking had it with these people. God damn it.
What happened here?
She attacked me. I pushed her back. She must have hit her head on the stove.
You sons of bitches.
Why are you asking?
What do you
You were
mean?
here. You saw everything, didn't you?
No, bitch, I didn't.
Yeah, she attacked you.
This is so fucked.
Let's keep looking.
Wow.
They're just gonna leave her there? This show just makes me mad.
Here we go.
Okay. One.
Where the fuck is she?
Are you joking?
No way.
She's inside.
I'm coming!
no fucking way. How does anybody hold their breath that long?
Catch your breath. How well do you swim?
Under normal circumstances, I would say quite well.
I would drown. I would fucking drown because I can't do that.
I mean, the panic probably takes your breath away more than you would have normally. For sure. That would be horrifying. You think she's regretting going with him at this point? Almost getting eaten by a bunch of wild animals and now almost dying on a boat.
How long could this stay afloat?
I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We're not gonna make it through the day.
Water and shake.
I gotta go back down.
What for?
Because we need things. Stay here.
I'll stay in the center.
This is so insane.
This is awful. This is a nightmare.
I mean, this feels scarier than... Just stay there! This feels scarier than being stuck up in a tree with a pride of friggin' lions.
Right? I mean, I think if she would get off, she would only be going for the
Still.
floaty thingy. God damn it. Alex.
Alex! We're drifting away from it. We're swimming right now.
I can't with this shit.
And the idea of swimming into a current, like, fuck, dude.
There you go, keep going.
It's just so exhausting. Alright, they made it.
Not yet.
Bro.
This is not how I thought I'd die.
Because it isn't. I'll admit we're gonna need a little good luck.
You were certain you'd use them.
Make contact with the ship before we went down. They know we're here.
Yeah, they got the distress signal out. Unbelievable, dude. That is horror. The ocean is so scary. Because it's literally, you have no idea what's below you.
Yeah,
And no idea where the hell it's going to take you.
exactly. And it's endlessly deep. There's a bottom.
You ain't reaching the bottom.
Not alive. Not alive.
Good to see you moving. Glad someone enjoys seeing me moving. I sure don't. Spencer's coming home.
From where?
Cara sent the last letter to Africa.
Sounds like a long trip.
6, 8 weeks on a ship, another week on the train, and then we'll get after their asses.
I mean, at least he's up and about. Like, he's not just going up and down the stairs.
Are you currently employed?
Ma'am,
Do you have a job?
in the spring I have a job when the snow melts.
What ranch?
Why are you so curious about where I work?
How are you just fucking answer the question? How about that?
Who's conducting this interview?
I am.
What the hell does a woman know about law enforcement?
Absolutely nothing, but I know men.
Is that, what's his name from 1883?
If he can maintain his composure while facing adversity, an element of this
Shut up, don't say
interview,
that, don't say
you
it.
seem to be failing.
My own mama never talked to me like that.
I don't think that's...
Maybe she should
No.
have.
Ain't
The
no
voice.
fucking woman on this.
Oh, shit. The voice is what sounded familiar to me.
It's not Ennis.
So, are you currently employed?
No, ma'am. I have a homestead north of Big Timber.
That's a long ride from Big Timber.
3 days or more, but 3 hours by train. Dimensions shrink the world, eh? For better or for worse. I think worse in the long run.
You may be right.
We should mark the calendar, ma'am. It's rare when that happens. If you think the thieving's bad here, go east. Go where there's no cities at all and a straight shot to Sheridan. No big ranches my way. If we lose 10 head, we feel it. We lose 20, and we're out of business. Plus, I know the life. Was a copper during the war when the stockyards was booming.
Why'd you quit?
The smell.
He's funny.
My apologies, ma'am. There's no gentle way to describe it. I don't know what hell is, but it ain't worse than Chicago.
Shit.
Well, thank you for your interest. We'll
Sign there, you received it. It pays $220 a month.
Better than Chicago.
We have an orientation at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Ma'am, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
I like him.
Oh, shit.
Schools of little fish collecting in the shade.
What's that?
Bigger fish. Tuna, I think.
And a
Oh,
shark.
fudge. Hell no.
In the last 6 hours, this ocean has adapted to this boat being here, taking advantage of it. People think they're so smart. People ain't that smart.
Oh, man.
You might be. I know I am.
I learned from my mistakes. I still make plenty, like our current situation.
Are you saying this was likely your last tugboat ride?
No matter how this shakes out, this was my last tugboat ride.
I refuse to be scared. I will not feel sorry for myself. If death is our fate, I will draw my last breath and kiss you with it. I swear to God.
God, the way she talks is so poetic.
Oh! That's a big shark.
Is that a baby shark with it?
Holy shit, dude. It's gonna be hot as hell during the day, and then it's gonna be freezing cold at night.
Oh, this makes me smile.
You wouldn't be smiling if you knew what I was waiting for.
I don't care what you're waiting for. So long as you're standing there, doing it. What are you waiting for?
See that mountain? About 2/3 of the way up.
Oh, what is that?
Cutting a road.
Up the side of a mountain? A road to nowhere, then?
Road somewhere.
Oh, shit.
There is no more debate about a generator or a clothes washing machine.
Pretty expensive, nurse.
And you might want to lean on your cane for this one.
Don't say it.
Motor car.
She wants all the things. Damn right, dude.
Suppose there's no way I could kind of just ease into this modern age.
Yes, of course. I'll let you choose which one we get first.
I love her.
Well, what we can't hire, I'll raise in a posse.
You leave all the fighting to the agents. I'm not going through that again.
It's not my intention to get shot.
Nor is it my intention to become a widow. So all those thoughts of justice in your head, they stay there.
They're blasting a mine right above this ranch's main water supply. They own the property to the north now and to the south.
Fuck.
Just squeeze what's in the middle, and what's in the middle is us. Justice would be a luxury. My concern is survival.
This is so fucked.
That's why I did it.
Did what?
Don't be mad. I did it for you.
Uh-oh.
For God's sakes, Jacob. You're a damn lawman. You know how bad this looks?
It's just like I said. And there's a dozen witnesses that say the same.
But no proof anywhere.
You want some fucking proof? Gee, some fucking proof! And there's more proof buried in that graveyard here. And even more proof shipped back east and buried there.
Where's all the bodies of the Crichton men?
Rotting on the Wyoming border.
You sure got a lot done for a dead man. I would have told the sheriff.
You think you could have kept the bank away? Along with every thief from Laramie to Whitefish?
I understand what the bank would have done. And I know what the thieves would have done. If you died, but you didn't. And you still sat on this. Wyoming's already had a range war. Montana ain't having nothing. I'll arrest him in the morning. And in the meantime, everybody gives a statement to the deputies.
This is gonna create a bigger problem now.
Oh, I feel like because we can't get the posse together because
Jacob had
that's
a
illegal.
reason. Jacob had a reason why he was keeping this to himself.
Oh, he's pissed at her?
Yeah.
She said, I don't give a shit.
Damn right I'm mad!
Jacob.
Yikes, dude.
How dare you give your back to me? After all I've given to you, it's not even justice. It's more petty than that. It's vengeance you seek. Never mind he'll be arrested in the morning. You'd rather put the bullet in him yourself. Then it's you in prison and the ranch is lost all the same. You think it's you who suffered the most? How would you know? You were asleep half the time while I bathed you and spoon-fed you like an infant. I wiped your ass like an infant while I shoveled graves between unanswered prayers. You don't know what it is to suffer. Emma did. She suffered her way into the hole I dug her.
I
Elizabeth
love her
knows
so
it.
much.
Father in the ground, family gone, stuck in this house like a dungeon. Can you fathom the strength it took for that girl to smile again? If there is a line forming for vengeance, you are at the back of it. We've abandoned any desire for vengeance, even Jack, for you. I wonder if your pride can withstand the sacrifice of showing us the same courtesy.
This is a really good talk. Holy shit.
She's really good at this. God, he's stubborn.
Typical Dutton. They're not gonna be made to look weak at all. They're gonna do whatever they can to prove point. Dude.
Yeah, can you imagine?
How many bullet holes does he have in his body?
A
6?
shit ton.
7?
I thought it was 9. No?
Maybe 9.
Feels good to be up top again. Do those spurs hold any significance to Yellowstone, I wonder?
I mean, they look familiar.
It's more the, what was it? The saddle shoes, the saddle stirrups. Ooh.
He got the look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You saved my life. I know it. I did not need to be told. It's not vengeance. It's preservation. You've been to New York. You've been to Boston. Now close your eyes and imagine those places if the cities weren't there. White sands stretching to forests of hickory and elm. Taller than the buildings that stand there now. Meadows filled with bison and moose and bear. Millions of salmon swimming up the East River to spawn. Now think about what's there now. A 13-mile island of cement with rivers of sewage running underneath it till they dump in the bay where salmon don't dare to swim. That's what they'll do to this place. Yeah. This paradise becomes another concrete desert. I'm not gonna kill them for what they done to me or what they done to John or what they're still doing to you. I'm gonna kill them because the men who build cities always send men like Banner first.
I mean, he's got points.
I do it for that child I'll never meet. I do it for the land. I do it for you. So that when you're laid to rest under the aspens, no one cuts them down, builds a city over you. I know how much you've suffered, and I thank you for it. It's their turn now. God damn it, it's their turn now.
I mean, he's got great vision of the threat that is coming to his place. That's why he was brought in.
That makes sense.
Hundreds of years fighting the same battle. Holy shit, these two.
Spencer, what is that?
It's a ship. Simi, come on! Come on, Simi! Come on!
Oh my god.
They see us.
Like, wave your hands or something. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Holy shit. I mean, the shit that they've been through in the short amount of time that they've been together, unreal.
I want a divorce.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I'd like to take you two to a casino.
Because you're lucky.
I mean, his survival skills is unmatched. Insane.
Imagine the sink ships right there. The ship sinks right then. The tugboat.
Can we just get this dude home?
Right?
Please? Holy shit.
Our port of call is Marseille. What was your destination?
Talk was headed to Suez. Beyond that, I don't know. Our final destination was the United States.
Quite the journey.
Yeah.
You could book passage from Marseille. Where in the United States?
Montana.
Where did I know it?
It's in the mountain, in the middle of the country.
Your journey is only beginning when you get to port.
You could say that.
I'd recommend the port of Galveston or Port Arthur in the Gulf. Ellis Island is a cesspool of disease. I hear it takes months for an immigrant to gain entry.
I was hoping that you could help me with that.
I have no dealings with American immigration, sir.
You are the captain of this ship. These are international waters. Marry us.
Marriage to gain citizenship is illegal.
It's a benefit. It's not why I'm doing it.
No, I wouldn't think so. I'd be honored. I'll prepare the color guard.
I'd like to do it now.
Can't make much of a ceremony here, but can make something.
Putting things off a day isn't proving conducive to our current lifestyle.
He's got jokes.
Don't suppose you have rings?
No rings.
Is he gonna do something sweet?
When sailors pass and leave no address to send belonging to their widows, they accumulate here. See if you can find some that fit.
Wow.
Rather morbid, getting wet with a dead sailor's ring.
Yes, I would endeavor to replace it the first opportunity.
Yeah, I don't know. The ocean almost took us. Now it gives us rings.
It's almost fitting.
I think I'll keep mine.
They're too big.
Don't do something nice. Don't do it. Oh God, I can't.
Try this one. Belongs to my wife. I wear it when I'm on the sea. Since she would approve.
Wow.
Is it a perfect fit?
All right.
Damn it. I'll let one fall out.
Just let them flow.
I can't. I'm so tired of crying in all these shows. God.
That would be such a difficult gift to accept.
But you better make the most of it and make it special.
Wow. What a moment.
Aww, they get like a honeymoon suite.
No force yourself. He's like, you don't want your stuff? Okay.
I'll just leave us outside the door.
I mean, they should have been dead at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So far.
No light where we're going. It's moon and the stars. Whatever you burn in the fireplace.
Why no lights?
No electricity.
I suppose you'll tell me there's no plumbing next.
There isn't.
There's no plumbing. Fascinating the things men fail to mention when they're trying to bed you.
Got her.
What's your dream?
I don't dream.
Everyone has a dream. I have plenty.
I could take some years then.
I mean it. Tell me. You're my husband now. Sworn to tell me everything.
I don't remember that vow.
It's in there. Right between your vow to honor and obey me. You are at risk of breaking all 3 vows on our wedding night. Something else you didn't dare mention prior to wedding.
She's funny.
I know.
I'll tell you a dream. In my heart, I know it was wrong to take you. Everything that happened up to now was a sign, a warning. The elephant, the lions, the shipwreck. It was all the universe telling me to put you back.
Oh.
I know, my ouchie.
I'm just too fucking selfish to do this. My dream is that the universe was wrong, and you're mine to keep.
The universe has absolutely no say whatsoever. I'm following you wherever you go, whether you like it or not. There is no putting me back. We are one now. When the sun hits your face, I'm your shadow. When it finds my back, you are mine.
I'm fine.
Even if it's the death of me.
She is very poetic.
Mm-hmm. You got me, girlfriend. You got me. Oh, God.
Wow. What an episode.
Want to end.
That's, I mean, seriously, like, you just think about the short amount of time that they've been together, what they've been through.
Mm-hmm.
They probably shouldn't be alive, let alone married. This is just, I mean, I didn't even think about the elephant attack. I was just thinking about them up in a tree with the friggin' Pride of Lions. That elephant ran them over in their car,
yes.
and that should have killed them.
Yes.
Like, when you've got a full-grown, angry-ass elephant coming for you, you shouldn't survive that.
I mean, even a baby elephant,
Yeah.
they're pretty strong.
But, I mean, full-grown elephants are massive.
Oh, yes, they weigh tons.
And just survival of that one thing, and then climbing in the tree, and then surviving the friggin' Pride of Lions, and then the hyenas showed up. And, like, the rescue of that was just insane. And then this whole ship situation, holy shit. It's just, like, my mindset would be different than his. I'd be like, if we survived all that, then it's meant to be. If it wasn't meant to be, you probably would have died or I would have died.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we wouldn't have made it past that shit. But it's like, we made it through all of it. I think we're a pretty strong couple. I think we've got a bright future.
Well, you hope so.
I mean,
I hope so.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Dude.
So insane.
You better make it to Montana and you better fix what's happening.
Yeah.
Because good God.
This journey is definitely taking a lot longer than I expected, to be honest. I don't even know how many episodes are in this season, but I thought it was going to be kind of like, hey, we're going to do this, and then just they're going to show up. I didn't think they were going to have such a wild adventure getting there. Like, obviously, you know how long it takes. I just thought they were going to do, like, time jumps and stuff.
Well, I mean, Jacob was even saying, like, you know, it takes this many weeks on a ship and then plus this many weeks for a train.
I just wasn't sure that we were going to actually follow them through all of this. I mean, the idea that they were going to have so many
hiccups.
Life or death situations is wild.
I would call them that versus hiccups. Absolutely.
Yeah,
A
definitely.
Hiccup is...
So the interesting part now is this idea of family tree stuff now, which we're not going to look any of that stuff up in terms of future because we don't want spoilers. We don't want to stumble upon a family tree and have it say dies and so without knowing what happens. We know they all die because later, obviously you get old.
Yeah.
Regardless if you die in a shootout at 25 or you die an old man at like 50, it's just...
By the time we get to the other one.
Exactly.
You have had to have died.
So, like,
you can't live that long.
The fun place that my brain goes immediately is the idea that I think it's safe to assume that Spencer and Alex are going to get pregnant, right?
Probably. I mean, I don't know if
I feel like they're doing it enough to have a kid at this point. And obviously Jack at home, they're already pregnant. So my brain immediately goes to like, who's going to be the baby that ultimately becomes the family line of John Dutton in the Yellowstone.
Right.
Like, that's where my curiosity grows because I'm like, is Spencer going to have a kid? Is that going to be part of the family line?
I have a feeling that it would be Jack that then names a John that names a John.
Because, I mean, his father was named John, so that would make sense.
Be my assumption.
And the idea that and ironically in this episode, Teonna was talking about that. How she was going to take a boy's name and how fathers name their kids juniors and it becomes like a line of numbers essentially, which I think is kind of interesting because this show I think has 3 or 4 Johns. I always forget Kevin Costner's John number. If he's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but
I think he might be 3rd.
3 or 4. Yeah. But I think that was an interesting thing. I mean, good that she seems to be in a good spot. Super, I don't even know the right word. It makes you so angry watching what happened to her grandmother. Like, that is just so fucked up and so unnecessary. And it's just, again, just shows she's gonna have to like get some revenge here and take care of her family line. And I hope she gets that opportunity because what's happening with her is just heartbreaking. The reality of the situation is just, it's unimaginable. And I hope that she...
It makes me so mad.
Yeah. It's infuriating, like literally. And just watching it play out in this show, they're doing a good job because it's hitting all the emotions that you want her to just... You want her and everyone involved.
Burn it down,
yeah,
girl.
100%.
Get on the dragon and burn it down.
100%. So I just thought it was interesting that the conversation that she had with Hank was about that, like the family line.
She makes points.
Yeah.
She absolutely makes points.
And the idea that like it kind of makes sense for Jack, if they have a son, to name their son John after his father who passed, and then that's where that line begins. I think that would be really interesting. I think that's where it's going. But I like to think about that kind of stuff, especially considering we're watching a prequel to a show that we know has a big family tree. And unfortunately, when you watch the main show, like you see all these headstones. So it's one of those difficult things. But
I mean, like Cara's grave underneath. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not underneath a building. Oh my God.
That whole situation and conversation, like Cara's talk to Jacob was awesome. Like that was powerful. And for Jacob to later come back and have the talk and be like, it's not really about vengeance, even though it's in there for sure. You want to get that revenge. But it's more about preserving the life that is being threatened. And that is the constant theme in this show, in this universe, because you think about what happened in New York and the giant cities and all the buildings, and you put her through the exercise of like, think about what was there before all that. It was this in a different version, but that's what they want to do to this place. And you kind of just see that fight and that battle, and you're constantly told about the battles and the progress that's getting made, and even the idea that Cara wants a car and a washing machine and a clothes dryer and all the things to make life a little easier.
Well,
who wouldn't?
There's certain conveniences in life that I think make sense, like the washer that come with the ringer thing.
For sure.
People still use those,
Mhm.
and they look fucking awesome.
I mean, talk about a shocking situation when Alexandra shows up to the Yellowstone and she's like, where is everything?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought that was a really funny statement. She's like, "Oh, it's so funny how the men, they just leave stuff out when they're trying to get you in bed.
Like, there's no plumbing?
There's no electricity. There's no plumbing."
I mean, they're getting, that's something Spencer doesn't realize, is that they're getting the electricity and they're actually getting some advances in the technology. But yeah,
Comes at a cost.
The whole plumbing thing probably won't be ready by the time they get there, I would have to assume. But
that's a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, this show, just like every other one of these shows, they do a really good job of hitting the emotions. All emotions on the spectrum, the anger and the sadness and the joy and the happiness, but then like the want of revenge and just the hope that is potential, and just the idea that they have this really big uphill battle, and then the whole situation with Jacob and the idea that none of that was reported and they're going to go arrest Banner now. And like that whole situation and storyline, it's just a wild one because, again, he doesn't want to get anyone else involved. He wants to just handle it all himself.
Yeah. And that way, if you kill those motherfuckers, then there's no progress because they're dead.
Right. But the progress in this time period is that you just don't go vigilante style. You got to report it to the sheriff. They got to handle it the right way. You can't go have your own personal hangings.
The fuck I can.
Even though you did anyways. Yeah. So, I mean,
they're rerouting the river again.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen before.
Mm-hmm, totally. And just watching like in the distance, the explosions happening and they're making the roads and all that stuff. I mean, my only current issue with this show, I think, is the overall pacing. I feel like we're moving at a very slow pace. I don't know what the future is. I know there's a second season of this show, so I don't know if there's like plans for a third or more past that. I feel like it's taking a minute to get to spots. Yeah. That's the only thing that I have currently, because like a lot's happening in these episodes, but also at the same time, not a lot is happening in these episodes.
I mean, what if they want to drag it out so that it doesn't...
Very possible.
I mean, they could want 6 seasons before they make it up to where the Yellowstone
this could be the show that takes you all the way to that point. You never know.
Is that the plan? Or is it to just break off and make it its own thing and not have an eventual lineup with Yellowstone?
But through the first 6, that's my only real thought. Like in terms of anything negative, I don't think it's that big of a deal because I like a good slow burn. I like good storytelling. And I think seeing the journey with Spencer and Alexandra is important because I think it just makes their connection and their love so much stronger. Mm-hmm. Because if it was just like, poof, we're in Montana, it's like...
There's no struggle.
Experiencing the journey is important. Yeah. Especially what they've been through to this point. So it makes sense. That was just kind of my only thought. is just kind of the pacing, and
It's
especially comparing it to 1883.
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. So, yeah, but another really good one. The story is really picking up. It's one of those things when you're told something, I want to see Spencer in action when it comes to like defending the land.
Yes, when she's talking about, oh, my nephew's coming.
Yeah. It's like when you plant that kind of seed, there's certain things that like when seeds are planted, you're like, that could take a while to grow. Cool. I could wait for that. But seeing like the way they've kind of introduced Spencer and they've talked about him and like the past and even random people knowing that he's this war hero. And then when like Cara's like, oh, my nephew's going to get you. Like, it's something that you're like, can I see that now? Because that sounds really interesting. And you want him to just wreck house and just destroy shit. So it's one of those storylines that's like, I'm ready to see what goes down because of the way he's been introduced.
Yeah, totally.
So, and especially to this point, the survival skills, I said it during the episode, insane. I mean, his ability to survive everything that he survived to this point, wild. Because even in that flashback with the war, it felt like he was being overcome by enemy soldiers. And it's like, how did he get out of that spot? That's crazy. So clearly, dude's badass. Survival skills are top notch. But yeah, this show has been incredible so far. So
absolutely, I agree.
Any other thoughts?
No.
All right, y'all. You guys leave all your thoughts. Leave those comments down below. We'll see you later for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.